forget what I went through to get here. And because I can't ever forget that, I'm always going to be grateful, humble, appreciative of everybody around me because, people think this easy. They're like, oh my God, you're so funny. We just love you. You just popped up one day and we just been loving you ever since. Or comedians come up to me, how did you do this? Because I just see you and you're here. I'm like, do you know how much I lost to be here?
I'm glad that's actually one of my questions.
Right.
I wanted to ask you, what are some of the sacrifices you've had to make, either in relationships or as a mom during this comedy journey you're on?
God, there's so many. Relationships, just relationships in general. Time with your kids. Even now, I have two older kids, Casey and Chase, they're 24 and 20. They look at me now with my youngest, and they're just like, you're just always there. And or my son is like, you're just such a different mom. And I'm like, I'm a different person.
For sure.
I had you when I was 16. And everybody like, oh my God, yeah, let me tell you what happened. So I was 16, right? And everybody around me was having sex. And I wanted to try it, and I did, and I won.
Victory!
But I went to college, I graduated, got 2 degrees, I'm a teacher. I just, I love comedy. But, you lose relationships.
You got pregnant the first time?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Didn't even know for about 5 months. In school, basketball. My cousin like, your face look fat. Like, shut up. Your mama face look fat.
Yeah.
But relationships, just people. I got a kid. I was married to her father. He passed away. You just lose stuff, and in the moment you don't even realize what's happening. But it's hard. Like comedy, not just comedy, life. Life is just, man, life is tough.
Yeah.
I'll be out here fighting for my
Well, let me ask you this, because that's a great segue for. You are somebody who's been able to navigate it while having things that people would perceive you can't have. I was having this conversation with a young lady in comedy, and she was talking about, she was like, I have the age, she was like, I want kids, so on and so forth. And I'm like, listen, I understand your dreams and everything that you want and desire, but whatever's supposed to happen gonna happen. If you want, if it feel like babies should happen, then go have your babies. There's ways around this.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I wouldn't say having it all, but you've had it all in a bunch of different variations of that. Navigating it at the same time.
I want to say this. There is a level of emotional and mental intelligence that you have to navigate this. Everybody doesn't have it. And there's a level of hustle you have to have in you to navigate this. Everybody don't have it. And there's just an endurance that you just have to just wake up and tell yourself, I'm going to figure it out. We're going to get through it. I think in comedy, something that played a major role for me was I always had a regular job. So I was always able to say no to gigs. So I never did comedy for the money in the beginning because I always had a job. Even when I lived in New York and I moved here, I think we were here for about a year. And then I was like, okay, we need to get jobs. And people always ask me, how did you survive in LA? Because, when you move from New York to LA and you just figuring it out, there was so much to the comedians. Oh, the comedians in New York were so mean. Like, you moving to LA, you ain't gonna make it. Ain't no money out there. I hope you got it figured out. I'll see you in 6 months.
Yeah.
And I think the difference between me and a lot of other people was I understood that this is my life. This is not temporary. I didn't plan on moving back home in a year. This is where I live now. This is where my kids are going to go to school. This is where I'm gonna be. This is where me and my husband gonna be. This is a life. I got to get a job. I have to work. And I think that left me in a position to be able to say no to things. So I didn't feel the hustle and the bustle of, I got to get this money. I got to pay these bills. I got to do it right now. As opposed to, I'm okay. I get paid in 2 weeks. I don't need to do that again.
What went behind the decision for y'all to move from New York to LA?
I was doing comedy in New York for about a year, and I was doing really well. And I just didn't feel like I was going to get everything that I needed. Sometimes when you are in a place, you got all your family around you, you can become stagnant.
Oh, yeah.
And if you do too well too fast, you get swollen in the head, and now you never get to where you should be or where you'd like to be because you're just so comfortable being this local comedic, star. And I just realized New York is not going to give me what I want. And I realized that very early. And I took that, I stepped out on faith, and I was like, let's move to California. And my husband at the time was like, fuck it, let's do it. And I was like, oh, okay, you really want to do this, huh? And we moved with the kids and been out here ever since. 13 years, 12 years.
When was it changed from wanting to do stand-up to actually deciding to do it? Was it something early on?
No.
Okay.
I never thought I would be a comedian. I always thought I'm a singer. My mom's a singer. My dad is he plays every instrument you can think of, and he was always in a band called Delta Blues, and they toured the world. And I used to sing with them, so I always thought I was going to sing. And then one day I just went to an audition. It didn't go well. They said, you should be doing comedy. Set me up with a night at Omar Thompson's room in Harlem.
Come on, man. Omar.
Yeah.
Oh, we love you, bro.
And that was it. I performed once, and he invited me to do another show. I did that show. Then he invited me to do another show. Then somebody else saw me. Then they invited me to do a show here. And then I was all over the place in a year. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I've asked this question.
I feel like y'all teaming up on me.
Oh, no, that's not. Go.
No, just tag on in, BJ.
This is
Consensually.
I appreciate that.
This has been a question I have asked some of the women that have sat in this chair, and I have been dying to ask you this, and y'all know it's coming.
This is Dahi, and I'm feeling very inspired to make a collection for you guys on Splice to use and incorporate into your production. For me, a lot of the things that I would curate would be just things from all different genres, and not just even music, just sounds that are just in life. Yeah, like that sound is really cool. Greenhouse generator. I can easily just turn that into something. And people gonna think my collection is weird. Like, why is this motherfucker got greenhouse?
What
All right,
is
let's
pH
call a
balance?
spade a spade.
Okay.
I call everything post Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Haddish came in this business, and you know where I'm going. And she was hilarious, she was charismatic, and she was also beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And she reached heights that a lot of women in the business never reached, and definitely not a lot of black women.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the way that they were marketed, not in the way that they were treated, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And just in general, I feel like the business will do that to us. Like, they don't want to show us at full magnitude. It's like, let's market you another way. I'm not saying that Monique's not beautiful. I'm not saying that some more or Whoopi Goldberg. I'm not saying all these women are beautiful.
BT saying all black female comedians were ugly.
No,
prior
I'm
to
saying
Tiffany Haddish.
I'm saying that the success.
Funky.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Like, well, you gonna get it out or not?
No, I'm staying over here. What I'm asking is, you have high level successes in the business. You are hilarious. I put the hilarious first. You are hilarious. You are a monster on stage. Male, female, I don't care who wants to follow Takara, it's gonna be a problem. But you are also really, really pretty. How has navigating the business with both of those worlds existed? And I wanted to ask you specifically because when I'm having this conversation with other women in comedy, you are somebody who does not run from it. Even when the women would be beautiful in comedy back at the time, they'd wear these big baggy clothes. Oh, no, not my Takara.
Yeah.
Takara gonna give you the famous pants up. Takara might look like she come from, just give or take what day it is. She might be lax. She might feel like she going to the club, but she gonna look good and gonna be hilarious.
Thank you.
What choice was that? First and foremost, what made you decide, like, I ain't tucking this shit from y'all no more? Fuck it is what it is. I'm a bad.
Y'all gonna get this fat ass. I ain't hiding.
I'm fine and funny and deal with it.
You gonna get these cheeks.
Because the argument used to be for women used to be like,
So it's London in the corner. Like,
this happens. Because y'all know what I'm talking about.
Go for it. Go, let go.
Yeah.
I think that might be one of the reasons why. Well, not might be, but I left New York. It was being an attractive female comedian is difficult because you have to deal with other female comedians who feel like you're getting opportunities because you're pretty. You have to deal with. I've had female comedians come up to me and tell me I'm too sexy on stage. You look too sexy on stage. You look too nice on stage. That's not what you're supposed to wear. No, that's not what you're supposed to wear.
That's what you supposed to wear.
I'm gonna wear what I want to wear.
Yeah.
And then you also have to be very mindful of the opportunities that you get and who give them to you, and the reasons why they're giving them to you. And it's imperative that you understand. Like, somebody told me this a long time ago. They said, just be funny. It don't matter what people say about you. It doesn't matter what people feel about you. It doesn't matter what people think. Be undeniably funny. Be great in your talent, and nothing will stop you. And I think it's important for women to understand that. But also, I've gotten booked for gigs with the hopes that I would fail. Because when women fail, we get emotional. Now that you got somebody in the corner saying you want a shot, you want a drink, and it happens.
Wow.
I'm like, damn, I did great. I don't get a shot. What the fuck going on? But it happens to women, and then you find yourself in a very vulnerable position. That's why I've never been on the road with anybody. That I have to take into accountability. A lot of people may be sexually attracted to me. I'm not going on the road with you. I mean, for what? So that I could possibly have to smack the shit out of you or get into a confrontation with you because I said no, or because you got my check, or because I've heard horror stories on the road with women and men, and I've always been financially stable, so I've never had to, take that. But just it does, being pretty. I don't want to say it doesn't give you opportunities. It does, but when you get the opportunity, you gotta take it. There's a lot of pretty women out there that get opportunities, especially comedians, and they get on stage, and there was a stigma of pretty women can't be funny.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's all I've been saying the whole time.
Yeah, pretty women
not
can't
true.
be funny.
BT been saying what you said?
No, I've been saying pretty women can't be funny. And that's not true.
That's black and ugly.
Pretty women, that's black and ugly. Goddamn, that's everything. But that was a stigma for a long time. Is if you're beautiful, you can't be funny. If you're pretty or you look nice, you can't be funny.
Absolutely.
And it's unfortunate that beautiful women will go on stage and not be funny. And I raised the bar on that.
Yeah.
You can be beautiful, you can be funny, you can be educated, you can look good, you can smell good, you can talk good. You could, I'm here.
Yeah, and you hit at such a sweet spot in time, and you probably are a product of that also, because at one point in time, I would see women go on stage, and you can feel the women in the crowd.
I get it all the time.
This bitch thinks she's cute. But now, even with that existing, there is also a reverence of like, do your thing, girl. Like it feels like there's a more even.
I get it every show.
Okay.
And it's crazy. I just had a show in Albany, New York, and it's a guy's birthday, and his girlfriend brings him. And she's sitting in the very front of the show. She got an attitude the whole show. She don't say shit the whole show. She don't laugh the whole show. She's sitting there watching me like this on stage the whole show. No, not even crack a smile. Just, but her man having a time. Ooh. That man from the moment I walked out on the stage, that man he was ordering drinks, he was eating nachos. She ain't got no food, no drink. She's just staring at me. That motherfucker had a time.
Yeah.
And it's moments like that where I just have to realize that, the way you feel, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
Why'd you buy him the tickets?
Right.
After the show, when I'm closing out the show, I say, you all right? She goes, yeah. I said, because you've been sitting there with your arms crossed the whole show. What he do? He bothering you? You want me to whip his ass?
Oh, yeah.
And she started
Now she
laughing.
like you.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, he's fine. I said, oh, because, we the ladies in here, we girls. We turn up.
Right, girl, get up.
Yeah. And she started laughing. She's like, no, we good. It's his birthday. He wanted to come see you for his birthday. I'm like, yeah, but did you want to come see me for his birthday? Because you don't like you want to come see me for his birthday. She's like, I'm just tired. I was like, okay. Yeah. Then what made it worse is I did a meet and greet. He in the line first. She taking a picture. I'm like, she ain't taking none of them pictures that you. Yeah, she took pictures of herself.
But there's another conversation. That means that they at home, he watching your video, maybe God doing this again. Take this shit. He ain't completely like, he doing that every day.
But so many come to but then there are the women who support their spouses, and just that's your crush, because a lot of them like, you're never gonna get her.
Right.
So it's okay if you crush on her. It's fine. And they bring them to the show. They bring them to the show, get them good seats in the front. Go ahead and take your picture. You know you want to take your picture. Go ahead.
Right.
Let me take it for him. He been waiting for this moment.
Wow.
Some women come up to me and they're just like, man, I didn't even know who you were. But this man watched you religiously. You on a YouTube in the living room every other day. We watching you. So I think it's really just figuring out who you are and being comfortable with who you are and not being intimidated. And that plays a huge role when you are wearing sexy clothes on stage. And I'm not overly sexy like I used to be. I'm tired. You know, most of the time now I got on jeans and a top,
Right.
maybe some slacks and a top, and that's it. But there's a level of comfort you have to have in understanding that whoever feels the way toward you in the audience, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
That's your feeling, your emotion, your situation. I'm here to have some fun, and if you're not, that's okay.
For you, after a day, you know, whether it's working clubs, traveling, whatever that is, at the end of the day, what's a good day feel like for you?
Oh, what's a good day feel like for me?
We got the question, baby girl. Let's kill it. Welcome.
Walmart. A good day for me feels like I go home. I got my kids. Well, my youngest, at least, she's there. I got my dude, you know, and we just do nothing. It's a wing stop. You know, I don't normally do this in the bed. It's a wing stop on the trays in the bed at the back, because we got a big old bed in the back, all our feet just hanging, and we just watching whatever's on TV. I mean, we just watch Lilo and Stitch, you know, eating
Right.
wings. So I'm
What type of wings? What flavor?
Shut up. Louisiana rub.
Okay.
Yeah, Louisiana rub got it.
They had a flavor called the Lakers. It was garlic parm and Louisiana rub mixed.
Oh, damn.
It was so good. But Louisiana rub, lemon pepper, and mango habanero.
Okay.
All flats.
All flat.
All flats.
I'm just here for wings. Well, you know, I love me some wings.
But that's a wind down day. It's nothing. It used to be when I was back in the day. I used to want to go to a club or go grab a drink or something. But now, you know, unfortunately, I've had so many mishaps in comedy that I don't even try to be outside like that. I just be home.
What you mean mishaps?
People wild in comedy. They just wild. I want to say something. I want to address something.
New York.
I'm gonna say something.
She want to all
I
this.
want to address this. So I should be in a position where I can hang out with my friends and my counterparts and have a good time and have a drink and feel safe. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen for a lot of women. I don't want to say this person's name, but y'all know him, and I have to get the story straight because, ew. Ladies, when you go out and you have fun, like, let me say this: if I go out with you and I have drinks with you and I'm having a good time with you, and you're a male, I don't do it often, but if I do and something happens, I'm cool with that. I know what I'm doing. I'm grown. I wasn't always like that, but I had to learn to get like that because you can't trust people. So I just want to say this to set the record straight. I'm not going to say your name.
Camera one is your camera.
I had a show, I want to say it was in Temecula years ago, probably about 7, 8 years ago. And I don't want to say the other comedians that was on the show, but we did a show. And the promoter says, oh, I got everybody rooms to spend the night. I said, cool. So then we go downstairs to this lounge, and the promoter has a section for us, bottles, we all drinking, we all having a good time. And then little but surely, some of the comedians and their partners started saying inappropriate things to me. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna stop drinking right now because I don't want to be under the influence and get myself into something.
Right.
Because I know how I am when I'm under the influence. After a certain amount of alcohol, I'm still moving, I'm on autopilot, but my mind is gone. So I said to one comedian, I said, well, you're not drinking like that. He was like, no. I said, well, do me a favor. I've been drinking. I feel it coming in. I'm going to stop. But just make sure I get back to my hotel room safe. Just make sure. He said, what room are you in? I told him what room I was in. He said, okay, I got you. That's right next to my room. I said, just make sure I get back to my room safe. He said, cool. I'm drinking water. I still remember, you know, in and out. I'm having a good time. We dance. We all get on the elevator. One of the couples tried to take me with them. And I said, well, no. I'm going with this one right here. Because I told him, just make sure I'm safe. Make sure I get back to my room. I'm out by then. I'm gone. Like, I don't even remember nothing after that. I wake up in his bed.
Oh, wow.
Pissed off. I woke up. I see him. I start crying. And I'm screaming no. And he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, did we do anything last night? My top is on, my bottom is gone, right? This is just a moment of vulnerability for everybody, just especially for the female comics. And I said, did we do anything? And he goes, yeah. I start crying. I run out the room. I ain't even got no pants on. I just got everything in my hand. I'm sure they saw ass on the camera. I'm sure somebody's having a time.
That's a fat ass.
But I run to the room is literally, this is the wrong time. Read the room, nigga. But my room is literally right next door.
I'm trying to bring some levity.
I appreciate you. But I go next door, and I'm sitting on my bed, and I'm crying because I would never entertain you. If you see the dudes that I'm interested in, you would never even fall into the category of it. And what bothered me most is there was never an apology. There was never any accountability. And then you went around and told people that we did something as if that was something that I, in a sense, agreed to or gave you permission to do. I was under the influence. I asked you specifically to make sure that I got back to my hotel room, and you did, and you took me to yours. And I'm just tired of, the narrative that's going around. And I didn't want to say this way in hopes that at some point this person will be accountable, but they're not. They're just running around like, oh yeah, me and Takara, and I'm like, nigga, no. I don't want to say you to me. That's a very harsh and pushed narrative, and I have to take accountability for the fact that I was drinking. I'm a very accountable person, but you did take advantage of me under the influence, especially when I trusted you and I asked you to just make sure I was safe. And you
Appreciate you, man.
So that's one of the stories in comedy that I have that also pushed me to a space where I'm just like, I don't really mess with nobody. You see me out sometimes, I might have some champagne, take a glass of Prosecco. I don't trust people like that, and and you could be my closest friend, we could be cool, but I'll be backed away from everybody now because you got to be careful.
I did want to ask something.
Yeah, I be having serious moments on podcasts that go viral.
No, that's fine. No,
you know what I'm saying?
No, seriously. I'm glad you talked about that because I did want to ask you, one of my questions was, what's some tips that you can give a female comedian that's traveling on the road, or things that they should watch out for?
Watch out from drinks from random people. Sometimes people will buy you a drink and send it to the stage. I don't take that. Be careful with who you go on the road with. That's very, very important to me. People hit me up all the time. Like right now, Mika J can't go on the road with me. She got some stuff going on. So I said, okay. And I get so many men like, can I go? First of all, I don't want to be on the road with a man. Especially if I don't know you.
Right.
I have to actually know you, trust you, fuck with you heavy, because then I know that you have my best interests at heart. That's really important to me. Another one would be book your own hotel. Don't stay in hotels that are connected to the venues. I did that once, and I came from the second show, some dude at my door with flowers. How you even notice my door?
What up, man? It's your boy BT Kingsley, man. Killing the Pod is here. Been a great time, man. Subscribe to the page. You here? Press that button.
So don't stay in venues, in hotels that's like Jacksonville.
That's
first of all, that hotel is shit.
And they know exactly what room, because it's that one on the far side by the stairs.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to stay upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah.
Baltimore like that too.
Yeah.
The comedy club is in the hotel.
I've always stayed downtown. I've never stayed in Baltimore where the club is.
Yeah.
But it's in my contract though.
Yeah.
I don't, because I'm a woman. People crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's like I was staying in a hotel in Charleston. I don't know if where I told the story yet. This dude. So first of all, there's somebody pretending to be me, and they're taking money from people. They're sending them money to get their hair done, their nails done, paying rent, paying bills, and it's really dangerous for me because these men come to my shows thinking they've been talking to me.
Playing marbles.
So I'm at a show in Charleston, and it's this guy sitting at the bar. He just keeps staring at me. So the meet and greet is over. I said, hey, do you want to meet? Do you want to take a picture? And he's like, you don't know me? I was like, no. And he was like, you really don't know me? And I saw he was serious. I said, no, I don't know you. And he says,
get the mic a little closer.
Oh, and he says, but I've been talking to you. And I was like, well, you haven't been talking to me.
Not me.
So he brings up this phone, and he goes, this is not you? I was like, that's my picture, but that's not me talking to you. He's like, this is not your number. I said, that's not my number. He says, but I've been talking to you for like 3 months. I'm like, you haven't been talking to me. He got tears in his eyes.
Wow.
He's like, because I came to the show tonight, because, we talked about getting married. I got a ring. He had a ring.
Wow.
He was like, I'm going to propose to you at the show. I said, let me ask you a question. I don't want you to feel, small here. But have you ever talked to this person on the phone? He said, no. I said, you ever FaceTime? Have you ever heard their voice? He said, no. I said,
Right.
That's not me. Crazy thing is, there's another dude standing there. He was like, damn, I knew it wasn't you.
Oh, shit.
What made this even worse was, I go on to do the second show, and he's sitting at the bar talking to Mika J. And Mika J was like, oh, that's not the car. He said, it's crazy because I know you're staying at this hotel, and I talked to them at the front, and they gave me your room, so you staying in this room. He had our room number. Now, thankfully, I didn't like the room, and I had to move it to a cottage in the back, but he had our exact room number.
Sheesh.
And I'm like, how the fuck did you get my room number? He didn't know that it was, because Mika J was like, oh, no, we don't stay there. We don't stay like, that's too close to the venue. We don't stay. He's like, oh, well, somebody told me that you guys were staying there. She was like, no, we don't stay there. Like, but we were staying there. And she was like, but anyway, how did you get the room number anyway? He was like, well, I came in and I told them that, you know, we were in a relationship and I was getting ready to propose to you and I wanted to send flowers to your room. And so they gave me your room number.
It just turned into a true crime podcast.
Right. God.
It's very valid because just hearing you talk about these things,
I'm not the only one.
for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and it took me, it's been, 7 years since that incident in Temecula? It took me 7 years, 8 years to say something because, you know, oftentimes when women say stuff, we get viewed a certain way. And it's like, well, you should have been careful. Well, you should have been, you know, and all those things, two things can be right at the same time.
Right.
You know, so every time I have an opportunity or a platform to speak these things out loud, I've heard other women go through stuff like this. And they just sit back and be quiet about it. And I'm in a position to where if I have the opportunity to speak it out loud, I am. So I do. You know, and it's unfortunate, but a lot of women in comedy have had these experiences. And that's when we talk about women on stage, whether you're pretty or not. If a man is attracted to you and they want you for whatever, you know, for whatever pleasure they feel they want you for, they're going to hope that you don't do well. Because if you don't, then you're in your feelings, you're emotional. You're going to get off stage, they're going to have a drink waiting for you. You're already down and out. You're going to try to drink your problems away. And before you know it, you're waking up with them. No recollection to it. And you feel so guilty about it that you don't say anything. So, yeah, I didn't feel guilty. I was like, man, nigga, you got it. I'm going to say your name? No, I'm not.
Please do.
I'm not going to say it.
Okay, so let me ask this. So, how do you feel like being a New Yorker shaped your comedy style and or prepared you for LA and this journey in general?
Man, when I came out to LA and I got on, first of all, I didn't get on stage for like 6 months. Nobody would put me up. Nobody knew me. And then somebody gave me an opportunity. Nichelle gave me an opportunity at the J Spot. Packed room. And we used to live 10 minutes from the J Spot. So when she knew that, so she called and she was like, you still live up the street? I said, yeah, I got a spot tonight if you want to come do it. I said, of course I want to come do it. I go do it, it's packed, sold out, J Spot.
Right.
Kill. Spike's there. Spike comes up to me. He was like, yeah, you a funny motherfucker. You know that nigga?
That's how you talk.
I'm a girl. Please stop talking to me like that. I don't like when people talk to me like that. I'm a girl. Be soft with me. I'm soft. Well, you know, you a funny. Listen, I got a Monday night at the Mo Better Mondays. You want to do it? And in my head, I'm like, hell yeah, I want to do it. So I go up and I do Mo Better Mondays that, like, the following week. Kill that.
I think I remember this show.
Then I get booked for Tuesdays with Jeru. Kill that. And it was like 1 week I did everything. And that was it. Once I did that, my nail broke. Just hold it in the camera. Once that happened, I was on everything. But it was, as far as shaping, New York is a beast. You know, very much like Chicago. LA audience are very lax. They'll let you talk it out. Oh my God, yo, tell us. What happened? Yeah, well, we like that story. Keep going. New York is like, what? Boom. Where's the next joke? You know, you got to come to New York hitting. And I think I did New York a while back when I saw you. I've become so lax with LA comedy that every now and then I got to get into New York because it keeps me fresh on my toes. But it's just, New York is just, when I came out here, people was like, where you from? And I was like, New York. Because you don't, it's just bang, 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 bang. Joke, 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 joke. Laugh, laugh, laugh. There's no talking in the middle. Let's have a conversation. Let's get to the point of this together. It's just a...
But that's got to be a balance for you, though, because now you have brought in family, perspective, your point of view, where I've seen you navigate that in the timing that you want to. So you're punchy, your laughs are big, but if you want to set something up or make a point, then that point is made. But that lends to your clarity.
I feel like that's what you're supposed to do to comedy. I feel like you're supposed to talk about the important things that everybody's going through, but find a way to find just a little bit of humor in it so it doesn't seem so bad. But yeah, I think somebody said your cadence is just, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody was like, how do you do it? I don't know. ADHD. No, I'm not.
What's some solid advice you've gotten that has helped you to navigate through? I don't want to just put you in a box of comedy, but just on the industry, on the working side of this.
My dad is a musician, and He's so proud of me. I'm such a daddy's girl, man. I love my dad. I just bought him a house in Louisiana.
Hey, praise God.
He talking about something. He don't know why I get there when you get there. I'm like, hey, no, fam. I'll be there in about a year. I'm leaving LA. But yeah, I'm ready to get out of here.
Wait a minute.
Where you going?
Answer this question. We gonna
But my dad always gave me solid advice. And when I was moving to California, his advice was, you moving to Hollywood? And I said, yeah. And he said, now listen, you got to go there knowing who the fuck you is. Because if you don't know who you are, it's going to make it what it wants you to be.
Sheesh.
And I stand by that every day. I call my dad every day. Sometimes I'm crying, you know. So he like, who the fuck I got to get out there for? Sometimes I'm happy, but that's the best advice I've ever had. Is if you don't know who you are, not just Hollywood, the world is going to make you into whatever it wants you to be. So you have to stand tall on who you are. You have to understand that you're going to have bad moments. It's going to happen. You're going to have moments where you misunderstood. You're going to have moments where you are not believed. You just got to go. Like, I don't have time to sit back and sometimes I have moments of weakness where I'm just like, you know, y'all know I used to be wild on social media. I be crazy. I be in the corner cut minding my business now. I had to learn the hard way. But I never stopped. And I think that's the difference is, I know a lot. We all know people who started comedy with us and they stopped.
They stopped.
We have to talk about that. That is a thing that we've seen a little more recently. It's always a bold move. The decision to leave LA, especially at the position you are now with so many things popping and firing off. What is leading to that, and how do you feel like what's the plan?
LA has been so traumatic for me. It's been wonderful for me, but it's also given me a lot of trauma. And I'm in a space where I just want quiet. I want no noise. So I bought me some acres in Louisiana, you know. I got my dad a place in Louisiana. And just on the outskirts, too. Just really quiet, little tiny town. You know, I was there just checking some stuff out. This lady was at the snow cone shop. And she was like, what you doing here? I said, huh? She's like, I know who you are. Why are you here? I was like, I'm just, you know, checking out some family stuff. Oh, my God. You gonna move here? I was like, you scaring me. I was. So, yeah, I was. They're so sweet. It's such a really small town, but LA's been so traumatic, and I feel like everywhere I drive, I see things that remind me of things. And I just want to give my memory just a reboot. And I feel like I'm in a position in my career where I can work from anywhere. As long as I'm within 45 minutes of an airport, I'm fine. I can get there. And I feel like I did what I was supposed to do. I put myself in a position to where I can go where I want to go, and it's time.
If everything you had lost was in a box, what would you search for first?
Anthony?
I cannot believe Wade is giving away this party for free. This is way too good to be free. And by the way, it's only free for 48 hours, so you better grab it quick. This is Curves Resolve. It is going to help you solve frequency clashes by intelligently listening to the other source and ducking the frequencies. Check this out.
Bring that ass here, boy. Oh, shit. Bring that ass here, boy.
This is incredible. You can have it learn a static curve. It has all this different sidechain content. You can break it up into bands. It has advanced controls, a limiter, auto gain. This is insane. Here's another example. I have two guitars clashing with each other. Listen to what this can do.
Cracking this nigga, man. Oh shit, there's a whole nother nigga right there.
Yeah, I'm blown away. So you should definitely grab this while you got the chance. Take care, everybody.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Because I'm a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
No.
But just the idea of her not having him when I got my dad, and I'm such a my dad used to be wrong, and my mother used to be like, he's wrong, he's my dad, you're wrong. I got whoopings for telling my mother shit just to defend my dad, and I will defend him to this goddamn day. But there's a level of security and love and just that I get from my dad that I'm never going to get anywhere else. And the fact that she doesn't have that bothers me. So if I can go back in time, because I didn't hate this man, I hated the choices that he made. and the people he chose to bring into our lives.
Right.
That I did not like. And and all the chaos that came along with it, that was crazy. And it took his death for people to find out, oh, you're not what we thought you were. I got so many apologies in my DMs.
Wow.
I had people coming up to me at comedy clubs like, yo, I'm sorry. I did not know you was going through that. And I'm like, well, it's just kind of late. I appreciate it. Thank you. But if I can just to know the relationship that they were building, because he was always a great dad.
Yeah.
And to know that got cut short, if I can go back in the box, I would choose that over and over again. All the shit we went through, all the chaos we went through, I would go through it again.
Yeah, I remember he loved her before she even existed.
Oh, man.
I remember so many conversations about wanting her, and when y'all decided to have the baby, because you had already had some kids. He was like, they was a little older, and he was like, all right, I got you. So yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I really want a kid. I'm like, Dad,
Yeah, I
you said you
remember that.
didn't want one.
I remember that.
And he was like, I know, but I changed my mind. I'm like, shit. Okay, let's have this baby.
Yeah.
And she looked just like him now.
Spot on.
Looked just like his whole family.
Yeah.
Can't dance.
Just like him?
Can't dance
He just had
at all.
a little viral moment go reviral.
Yeah, with the Dame Dash.
Yeah.
Eat like him, smack like him, look at me blind, like nothing's going on up here. Just be staring. I'm like, hey, wake up, kid. Oh, I'll just be thinking about stuff. Just like him, just like his mom and his parents had her for 2 years. Because I was having a moment, and I was like, I need help. I feel like I'm losing it a little bit. And his parents was like, we could step in, we could help. And I thought they was going to move to LA. And I was like, no, we give her to us. I'm like, wait a minute now. I didn't say you would take my baby. But she went, because that's their only grandchild. And that's their only son. And they only have a daughter. And that's,
They got it, yeah.
they needed her. Yeah. And I felt that they needed her. And I felt that she would do them more good than she would me. But I also felt like she needed them. And they were raising her for 2 years in the house that they raised in.
This is leading me to a very specific question. R.I.P. Nick.
Nick, yeah.
Your voice, every now and then in our space, I feel like people's voices are necessary. You're one of those people where I feel like your presence is necessary. The clarity that you speak about things with, your understanding, you normally come from a genuine place where you can see all sides, and you're just trying to communicate your point of view from it. And everybody doesn't do that great.
Yeah.
Do you feel that? Do you feel like when you're looking around, like I told somebody the other day, they was like, if I ended up in a political conversation, I'd be like, listen, what did Killer Mike say? Whatever he said, go with that. What did Ida Rodriguez say? Go with that. That's probably a good idea. You know what I mean?
They think like me.
I'm whatever they said, I'm with it. Do you feel that presence? Because I know you have to. Your representation of what you represent, like it's too many times, whether it be a body shaming thing or relationships or love, it's like
I'm always on the flip side. I'm very objective to things. I'm always, but what if? Because I've been in the position where I wish people would have been like, but what if it's not this and it's actually this?
For sure.
Yeah.
And oftentimes people are so guided on what they think everybody else thinks. We just want to be on the side of what we think is right, as opposed to there could be something else. So I'm always on the flip side of things. The situation with Jess Hilarious and Damon Williams, I'm on the flip side of that. Maybe she didn't. There's always just to everything, even just any, and I think that it's important that I give that perspective, but I'm also comfortable with who I am, and I'm also completely understanding that whatever it is, the way I feel, how I feel, whatever my take is on something, it's mine. It's not yours. I'm not giving it to you. I'm not shoving it down your throat. I'm just giving you mine. And that's okay if you don't agree, but it also causes other people to think. And now they're like, I didn't think about that part. You should, because it could very well be that too.
Right.
So
I had a random question because you said you used to be wilding on social media, and I did.
Y'all gonna bring up a post or something? Used to be crazy.
Yes, on September 3rd, 2000. No, I was wondering, do you think there's a thing as toxic femininity?
Oh, shit.
Oh, give me an example.
Choose from thousands of realistic voices to use in your content. Change the way you record podcasts, voiceovers, and branded content with the #1 AI-powered voice generating technology. Stop searching for the perfect voice and stop wasting time re-recording take after take. Try 11 Labs for free and start elevating your content today.
Leave me alone.
Wilding on social media. Now, like toxic feminine, I guess
Yes.
the way they say there's toxic masculinity, yeah, and the way that I guess men can come across could be too alpha or mansplain or I don't know, be chauvinistic.
I don't necessarily believe in any of that.
What do you mean?
Because I was raised very traditional. My mom and my dad in the household, my grandparents on this side, my grandparents on this side. They all stayed together till they died. Like, my parents are still alive. You know, I'm grateful for that. But I was raised in a traditional, you know, you're a woman. You know, I wasn't raised to be a single mom. I wasn't raised to be this independent woman. I was raised to be a wife, which is why my mother taught me and all my sisters, I got 4 sisters and 3 brothers, she taught us how to cook. She taught us how to clean the house. She taught us how to make sure that if I'm with London and London has you guys over, how to make sure that everybody feels like they're at home. That's how I was raised. So I believe in gender-specific roles. I don't necessarily know if I'll have that now because the traditional lifestyle that most people want, we won't get because a lot of us have children out of wedlock. A lot of us have children by other people. So that traditional idea of tradition you're looking for is already gone.
Right.
Because we already broke that tradition. But I don't necessarily believe in mansplaining. Like, you explain it to me in a way that I can understand because I don't know what the fuck is going on here. How do I get the shower to cut on? The wrench, I got to turn the water off. He be like, you got to turn it to the right. Am I turning it like this or am I turning it like that?
Right.
And then if he says, you got to turn it like that, well, don't talk to me like I'm stupid. I don't necessarily believe in that. I mean, and if somebody does do it, they have to do it so, you know, that I have to be like, but female, masculine, toxic, yeah, I believe in it. I believe going on social media, trashing a guy because the date went wrong is wild to me.
Yeah.
I believe this idea that we don't need men and we could, you know, women are now buying houses together and spending communities together with their friends. This is fucking stupid. It's the stupidest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life. Y'all don't need a man? Are you crazy? What? I bought a generator. My electricity went out and I had to buy a generator. I'm looking at it with no lights for 24 hours. I don't know what to do. I'm pulling a cord. Right. I'm like, they're like, you need gas. Oh, I didn't even know I needed gas in it. And I know some women, well, there's a small percentage of women who have this stuff down pat. But for the majority of us, we need them. So I think there's masculinity and it can be toxic on both ends. But I think the way the world is right now, everybody's pushing for this narrative of this female independence and we don't need men, and I think that's bad.
Yeah.
I see women who are having baby showers before they have weddings.
Right.
Or they're okay with having a baby by a man that the man told them up front, I don't want this baby, I don't want you, I'm not going to be in your life. And you did it anyway. Because there's this narrative of, we're going to take care of you, sis. We got you. We're going to help you raise that baby. We're going, and there are instances where it works out great, you know, and then for the majority, it's like, no, men need us and we need them for different reasons. I don't think a man's value is higher than a woman's value. I think both of our values are equal but different.
Yeah,
you know, Justin made 4 quarters to get to his 100%. I got 10 dimes. I'm still going to equal what you equal, but I'm just going to equal it differently.
Right.
And I think it's important that we understand that perspective of
Some
it.
machines don't take quarters, some machines don't take dimes.
Yeah, I know somebody got 100 pennies. You know what I'm saying? But they got the 100.
I have to. Okay, so we have to get into this. You just talked about the social media thing. Look, I went through your. I'm doing my research.
I'm so scared.
Bro.
My lips drying up. I don't know what to
Your
do.
numbers on social media are outrageous, and I'm just on IG. I know your YouTube is also crazy.
Well, my TikTok is
Her
crazy.
TikTok is crazy.
Yeah, but and that's hilarious. I'm literally just looking at and I'm like, bro, it's like 600,000, 300,000, 400,000. Like nothing's low. It's like I was
They low to me, but I get what you
I was
saying.
150, 200, 12 million, 300, 100, 100. I was like, your reach is outrageous. The flyer for you hosting Chocolate Sunday is 21,000.
The flyer.
That's
No animation.
That is a flyer.
No animation.
No, it's just I was like, this isn't. There's a little animation, but it's
Okay.
not. I was like, that's not. I said that's one that's not normal because I went through everybody's number left outside. I was like, well, goddamn.
I do that sometimes too.
Yeah, I was like, you had something in the zeitgeist happen.
In the who?
In the zeitgeist, in our collective understanding, where it was you were killing it. Where it was like you had a bunch of credits, you had already. What do you know what it was that like this flood happened where everybody was like, oh gosh, you know?
I want to say it was NBC's Bring the Funny.
Bring the Funny is, yeah.
But I also want to say that it's vulnerability. It's talking about the things that everyone wants to talk about. Fuck them kids.
Yeah.
Mine is. I feel it in my heart right now. Talking about my daughter just being extra, the way she talked. That's not just my daughter.
That's what I watch.
That's when everybody relates to that. Talking about dating or breaking up or just social media. Somebody's like, do you ever check your DMs? I would. If y'all start putting your dicks in there, I would check it.
Right.
And so many women be like, oh my God, I thought I was the only one. I get dick pictures regularly.
Sheesh.
Clean the floor.
Taxes was so taxing.
Now taxes is so free. Typical tax revision only. Roughly 37% of filings qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. This is taxes. File for free and get the most money back. Guaranteed.
Clean the floors.
Like they don't even straighten up the background. Like your son is sitting in the chair next to you. You just whipped your dick out and took a picture and sent it to me. You don't care. So I think there's a level of not just vulnerability. This is how you do it when you get to preschool. You slide your diaper to the side. I think
That is hilarious.
I think that there's a level of vulnerability that I have and transparency that I have on and off the stage. And I think that matters. So we're on the stage and we're laughing and we're having a good time, but then we do podcasts like this.
Right.
So there's a balance that I have. I'm also guided in I'm very strict in one thing. I know a lot of people at a point in time was really, really trying to get me to do sketches. And I said, I don't want to do sketches. And they said, why? Because that's not what I love, you know? And even though people did sketches and they got great numbers from sketches, comedians did great on numbers with sketches, that doesn't equate to asses and seats at shows. So I always have to, like somebody came up to me and said, I got way more followers than you. And you do. You at 1.8 million, you're almost at 2 million. But I can't fill a room because why are those followers there? Are they there for your sketches or are they there for your comedy?
Right.
My audience is strictly comedy. There's no wiggle room around, you know, even if they like something I said on the podcast, they want to come see me live. You have an audience that are there just for these funny sketches that you do. They're not going to pay to see you live. They don't even know if you're funny live. And they're not going to spend $30 to come see you. So I think for me, it's just, when I want something, I'm going to get it. And I often try to tell myself, you're going to go through some shit to get this. But I'm okay with it. At least I think I am. You know, in the moment, I'm like, what the fuck? But then afterwards, I'm like, you know. But I'm very guided. I know, that's what I'm looking. I'm very intentional with the things that I do. And I think that plays a huge part in stand-up comedy and just the success of it. I'm not fishing for anything. I'm just sitting back doing what I'm supposed to do, and it'll come.
Do you feel like the industry has caught up to you yet, in the essence of like when you're looking at money coming in? Okay, this is touring, this is socials, this is CW. These are these different entities. Do you feel like the industry has caught up to you, or do you feel like the social thing is like, well, that's kind of the dominant space? It's like, woo.
They're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some stuff happen in the past few months. They're coming. Good stuff is coming. But I think people are afraid of me. Networks are afraid of me because I am who I am. And I know some people do things in an effort to, I was just talking to somebody about this. Social media is so powerful. They could cancel you today. You could just say one thing, they'll bring up a tweet you put up 10 years ago. You cancel.
Yeah.
And it's like, bitch, I was an asshole then.
Right.
I've changed. They don't want to hear that because they like this control factor of so many people on social media feel so powerful in your career and what you're doing because that's all the power they have in their life. I hate my husband. I hate my marriage. I hate my life. But on this here board here where we talking shit, they think I'm funny here. Are we gonna do what? We gonna cancel this person? Okay, what petition I gotta sign? What I gotta do?
Right.
When you have to let go of that, and it's gonna be what it is. And I think for a long time networks were just nervous because I am who I am. I'm gonna say what I want to say. 1 minute I'm doing great, the next minute I'm in trouble on social media again. Me and the fat bitch arguing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just. It's just, and it's crazy. Y'all better keep that in there. I'm not scared, and I understand that at any moment I could be canceled, at any moment I could be loved. It's just life. So I think now they're catching up to it. I think they've always had an eye for me. At the same time, they didn't know what to do with me. People can have an eye. There's people I've done meetings and they're like, we just want to do something with you.
Right.
And I'm like, well, what you want to do? I don't know. We just want to do something.
Yeah.
And then there's something never happened. So I learned I needed to start creating the something. And that's what I've been sitting back quiet.
That's what I was going to ask
in
you.
the tunnel doing, creating. So now when they say, we want to do something with you, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Look at, I got so many somethings. I have so many somethings.
Can y'all bring that barrel in here?
Yeah, bro. Open up the laptop.
Yes.
File 1 through 19. Send it all over. So that's what I've had to start doing.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to ask you was, were you in the process of developing any TV shows or films, or have you had any production companies or networks coming to you trying to develop these things? Because I could see the Takar one.
Oh my God, it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's a layup.
I mean, this is the black... I mean this in the highest regard, meaning on some like Black Roseanne
I was thinking the same thing.
type shit.
I keep hearing that.
Yeah, when it's like whatever your sitcom is,
Beautiful Roseanne.
Yeah. Yeah, so but I could just see that the same way I knew Tiffany Haddish was gonna go to that next level as soon as she had the right vehicle for her, and I feel the exact same way.
Yeah, I feel like that. We're just waiting on it. Like something will pop, something will happen, but I'm not rushing it. Like I feel like I got a lot more life to live, and it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. Because that's the thing, when you rush success and it happens and it's not supposed to happen, or it just you get something that you shouldn't have necessarily, the universe kind of, you dipped in and grabbed something that didn't belong to you, it doesn't last.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, you want to be famous? I just want to be successful. If that means famous, that's great, but there's a level of success I want to get to. And I feel like I'm kind of here. I bought my dad a house. I paid cash for it. He don't want to move there till I go there. So now I got to figure out when the fuck that's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna sell my house in LA. I might. I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure it out. The goal was to rent it out to comics who come in town. You know how people always need a place to stay.
For sure.
It's cool.
It's a lot of house for them comics. I don't know if they coming in town. And
no, but not the whole house rooms.
All right.
Okay.
Like if a comic comes in town and they're like, I'm trying to find a place to stay. Here's this room. I charge this monthly or this weekly. You can stay here. It's in a little gated community. It's cute.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'm gonna come stay at your house. I'm gonna come in town.
Why not just,
your house is beautiful. I was like,
why not just rent it out long term?
Yeah.
Because California is a squatter state and comics be doing fucked up shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't want to rent it out to a comic long term and then, they don't want to leave. But comedy's so fickle. 1 minute you're making, not just comedy, entertainment. It's so fickle. 1 minute you're making so much money and then the next minute shit just down.
Yeah.
So when you think about that and the dynamic of it, that's what the pandemic scared the shit out of me. So many people I know lost so much during the pandemic. They lost their houses, they lost their cars, they lost money because the entertainment was just shut down. And I watch people lose everything. So when people are like, you bought your house in LA in cash? Yes, I saved up for 4 years and bought it in cash. Why? Because it's mine. And if some shit happens, I'm okay. I could float. Just all I gotta do is pay property taxes and utilities. My house, I have 2 houses in Louisiana. I bought them both cash. Why? Because I'm in entertainment.
Now how much money you make?
Yeah. No. You see, I tried to ask her with the social media question. She diverted it. We gonna get back to the business.
I'm like, wait, I had to star on 2 network TV shows to buy my shit in cash, to buy my houses, because you're not the only one buying stuff in cash.
You
make no mistake, I'm killing it too.
Come on, Justin, it's so funny.
But goddamn, so you be hitting your bonuses at these shows.
I do hit bonuses at shows, but I'm also realistic with what I want. So in Louisiana, I'll say it on here, I don't mind. In Louisiana, I bought a house on 2 acres of land for like $70,000.
Wow.
The house needs a little bit of work, which is fine, but it's 2 acres of land. I'm getting a manufactured home built, put there for my dad, so he can live with me. And then I'm also investing in acres about 10 minutes away from where I live for my family members to create an estate. So living in an LA life is cool, but I know people paying $12,000 a month in mortgage. I'm not doing that.
Right.
So I'm just thinking realistically for me and what I want. I'm a country girl, you know. I know I lived in 2 big cities, but I like the country. I like the lax. I like to chill. I like to have a list of shit like, hey, we got to go put together the fence. But you know,
oh wow!
No, my God, my green onions, they're dying. The animals, like I want to get back into. I want to go to the country life. So realistically for me, LA is not it. And to some people look at living in LA as like, oh, you made it. It's like, but did you?
Yeah. Right.
You got a 30-year mortgage where you're paying $12,000 a month. I'm not doing that.
Ooh. What's
I'm not doing
okay, I'm sorry.
that.
No, that's real. That's real rap. That's real rap.
I'll throw up just thinking at the fact that y'all doing that to say you live in where, Porter Ranch? Like I'm not doing that. So I'm probably gonna sell my house out here and make a little penny and take it to Louisiana, but I just want a comfortable lifestyle. And I think when you're looking for comfortability, you have to be honest with yourself. And I'm at the age where I'm okay with a little 3,000 square foot house on the middle of 2 acres with a pool and gated in, just me and my dad or my family, and then 10 minutes away my siblings are, you know, because they can live where I'm living, but they can live, I love y'all, but shit, y'all be fucking up. But that's
on 1,100 square foot.
But that's the goal, so I realized I can get that in Louisiana. I can get what I want in Louisiana on California money.
Are you still filming the CW show?
No, DEI.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. The other show's still going.
Wow.
The animal one is still going with you know, no offense to Adam. I love Adam. His is still going. Mine got cut.
How did that come about? How did that situation come into place? Because it was so perfect for you. The vehicle wise was,
yeah, they just
you
called
and
me.
kids is like,
And
yeah.
they were just like, hey, we have this opportunity. We're auditioning a couple people, reading with a couple people. Can you read a teleprompter? I don't care. I mean, I can read. I think so.
Right.
That shit hard.
Yeah.
That shit is hard.
Yeah, ain't no
It's a
joke.
skill.
Yeah.
But I mastered it. I got it down packed. And I went back and forth for about a month. I think it was like between me and somebody else. And then they just called me and was like, we love you. We love your energy. We love when you come in here. You just, you know, even if they take you a little more time to get it, working with you is easy.
Right.
There you go.
So and I booked it. We filmed 30 episodes in like 1 week.
Oh wow.
It was a lot.
Is this off the heat of
NBC?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And how does that happen?
They called me. Say, hey, we have a show, a comedy competition show. We'd love for you to do it. And I was like, oh, I got an audition. It was like, no, we already see your jokes. We know what we like.
From online or Laugh Factory?
I have no idea. And they were like, we want you to do it. And I was like, oh, okay. I never did a comedy competition, you know, on TV. And I lost, but I came as the runner-up.
Yeah.
And the group that won, we don't even know where they at.
No, and everybody else on there doing good. Ali doing good.
Yeah.
You doing good.
You know, that's what I will say about you. I mean, this is the longest conversation we've ever had. We've always been around, you know,
Acting a fool.
Yeah, acting a fool and wilding out, stuff like that. But your energy is so good.
Shut up.
It is, and I mean that.
Oh my God.
Tell me.
Stop.
But people don't realize in Hollywood how much your energy will affect the opportunities or lack of opportunities you may have. But when people just genuinely want to be around you, and when people like you, they will continue to want to employ you and have you on their projects.
I appreciate
and that is why you're killing it.
Okay. I wish you to turn to the camera and do that.
And that is why you're killing it.
This is such a good podcast.
The magic of
I
editing.
like this.
Let me ask you this: is there something that means so much to you that no one else will ever understand?
Something that means so much to me that no one else will understand. Oh, London.
Josh was just a creative guy with great ideas until he started creating with Artlist's all-in-one AI platform.
And now, Josh is the largest studio in Hollywood. Let's take a look inside. This is where Josh eats breakfast every day. It takes Josh 12 days to create these incredible films, unlike a standard production that may never get done. This is the phone where he recorded his original voice memos.
An unconventional love story between a garbage man and...
Here's Josh working on his award-winning films with Artlist. And this is where the magic happens.
Hey guys, anyone got gum? Thank you.
Do you think I'll get credit for this?
No, absolutely not.
Experience the magic of a Hollywood studio right from your bedroom with Artlist AI.
Miss my war in heaven, I'm still waiting on your call. HBX, hold it steady, then we watch that body drop.
Lay me down, boy, I just wanna feel you. Ooh, baby, let me take control. Make me mount, cause I know I can please you.
Hey, tu nara babacita, tu nara babasota, friquitona, ma. Tata nota, le gustan los tríos con D. A la nota, si es de buena se ve de